Okay, this is part 2 of the video on polynomial inequalities. So we're going to finish out this lesson, and then you will be able to practice your homework for tonight. If my computer will cooperate. Okay, so all we're going to add to this then is you may need to factor the polynomial before you name your critical values. So you can look at this example here, or you can keep going, and we'll do a couple on our own. So I have 2x squared plus 7x minus 30. I'm going to factor this with the AC method. So I would come off to the side and say, what two numbers can I multiply to get negative 60 and add to get 7? So my options are negative 1 and 60, negative 2 and 30, negative 3 and 20, negative 4 and 15, negative 5 and 12. And you can just do that work in your calculator if you need to. Okay, I cannot do the shortcut here, so I need to do the AC method. So this will be 2x squared. I'm going to do plus 12x minus 5x minus 30 is greater than 0. Here I can take out a 2x, and I have x plus 6 minus 5, x plus 6. So I have x plus 6, 2x minus 5 is greater than 0. My critical values are negative 6 and 5/2. So I need to put these on a sign chart. Remember to do this in numerically increasing order. So negative 6 here, 5/2 here. And I will show you when I get back how to check this on a calculator. So I need open circles because it's just greater than. And then I'm going to choose negative 10, 0, and 10. So if I plug in negative 10 here, I get a negative. Here I get a negative, so that's positive. 0 will be positive and negative, which is negative. 10 will be positive, positive, which is positive. It says greater than 0, so I'm going to shade where I have positives. My answer is negative infinity to 6, union 5/2 to infinity. For the next one, I want you to pause the video, try it on your own, and then hit play when you're ready to check. So I'm going to factor out an x squared, and I have x squared minus 6x plus 5 is less than 0. That then factors with the AC method. The two numbers I can multiply to get 5 and add to get negative 6 are going to be x minus 5, x minus 1, and you can do the shortcut because the leading coefficient is 1. Your critical values are 0, 5, and 1. Make sure you use open circles. Then I'm going to pick negative 10, 1/2, 2, and 10. And we're plugging in here. So if I plug in a negative 10 there, that's going to be positive. That will be negative and negative, which is positive. 1/2 will be positive, negative, negative, which is positive. 2 will be positive, negative, positive, negative. And 10 will be 3 positives, which is positive. It says, when is this inequality less than 0? So I'm going to shade here, which gives me an answer of 1, 5. In this one, I don't need to include 0 because it's an open circle. Remember the problem before where we did include negative 2? You only do that if you have an open circle versus a closed circle. Moving on. You can try these two on your own if you want. If you do that, just hit pause and hit play when you're ready to work through this. So I'm going to do the AC method here. This is going to be x squared minus 4 x squared minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Both of these factor further. So this is x plus 2, x minus 2, x plus 1, x minus 1. So my critical values are negative 2, 2, negative 1, 1. So this sign chart is going to be a little bit more involved. These are all closed circles. So I'm going to pick negative 10, negative 1.5, 0, 1.5, and 10. And you're plugging it back into this. So you're going to have 4 little signs. So for the negative 10, I have negative, 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 negative. If I multiply 4 negatives together, I get a positive. For negative 1.5, I have positive, negative, negative, negative. 3 negatives gives me a negative. If you don't understand where those little signs are coming from, ask your neighbor and see if they can help you. For 0, I have positive, negative, positive, negative, which is positive. For 1.5, I have positive, negative, positive, positive, which is negative. And then 10 is going to give me 4 positives. Greater than or equal to 0, I need to shade where I have positive values, which is here. So my solutions are negative infinity to negative 2, bracket, union, negative 1 to 1, bracket, union, 2 to infinity. For the next one, we're going to factor by grouping. Here I can take out an x squared and I have x plus 3 minus. Here I can take out a 16 and I have x plus 3. So x plus 3, x squared minus 16 is less than or equal to 0. Then that factors further to x plus 4, x minus 4 is less than or equal to 0. So my critical values are negative 3 and then plus or minus 4. These are closed circles. And hopefully by now, it's beginning to seem a little bit easier than when you started. We're plugging it in here. So I have negative, 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 which is negative. Negative, positive, negative, which is positive. Positive, positive, negative, which is negative. And then 3 positives, which are positive. Less than or equal to 0 numbers are negative. So negative infinity to negative 4, union, negative 3 to 4. If you didn't understand one of these examples, just rewind the video, go back and watch it again, or ask a neighbor to see if they can help. So let's see what we have left. If you have a negative leading coefficient, I'm just going to show you how you would start this one. You can either factor out the negative, which would give me negative 3x squared minus 16x plus 20 is less than 0. Or you could divide out the negative. But when you divide out a negative, make sure you flip the sign. So that's 3x squared minus 16x plus 20 is greater than 0. So 2 things to remember. If I take out this negative in my sign chart, I'm going to have 3 signs. 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. If I divide it out, I'm only going to have 2 signs. 1 here and 1 here. But make sure that your sign chart is correct. And then here, flip the sign if you need to. Okay, this will be the end of the second video.